I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like where the rains. Whole lot of globetrotter, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta give it all raw now, like Don Daris. All that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never fly. I give it all, they want me rock, I never blow. I give it all, whoa. What you say, my man? Give it all, whoa. Hey, give it all, whoa. Yeah, stand tall, give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. What do you think when people look at me? 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply the addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Nah, the mention of life well lived, for instance. Give it all.
Two top 10 teams in the N-10. Top 2 teams in the N-10 will take place. We'll battle it out here today in the opening night of conference play. The Upper Sandusky Rams, 1-0 on the season, will take on Colonel Crawford and the Eagles from the mountaintop, live and free on the OH Report. An uncharacteristic loss for Colonel Crawford in their season opener against Crestview. They look to bounce back against a Ram team that took down Willard 53-40 here today on the road for their second game in a row, the Eagles. We'll be right back live and free on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything.
And welcome back to the Mountaintop. Time for your OH Report pregame show, brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center in Bucyrus. Jonathan Langdon introducing to you, Lynn Passett alongside me. Thank you so much for joining us live and free on the OH Report, whether on YouTube or on Facebook here tonight. This should be a good N-10 clash between two teams that are usually towards the top of the table.
These two teams certainly have no secrets amongst themselves because they are, well, the two head coaches have faced each other for 12 seasons now, and they kind of mirror one another. Both teams like to do the same things offensively and defensively. Both coaches are very disciplined teams usually. So this should be an interesting contest because the Rams have been a little down the last couple of years, and they are already off to a 1-0 start after knocking off their arch rival Willard from the old NOL days. So this one could be very interesting tonight.
And also Colonel Crawford just came off a loss, something that they haven't done in their opening games since 2010. They lost to Crestview 56-48. You see it on your screen right there as we talk about the Eagles, headed up by David Sheldon, a team that always has an inside presence, and that has not changed this year.
Well, Dave Sheldon has had a lot of big guys inside over the years, and DeGray is going to keep that moving for him, and he's going to be the cog that really keeps this team rolling all season long. They're going to look to him often inside, and he's also going to try to control the board. So foul trouble is going to be a key here. If the Rams get in foul trouble, they don't have a very deep bench.
That 56-48 loss was the most points given up in a season opener from Colonel Crawford since 2013, and as I already said, the first loss for them in a season opener since 2010. So this is a team accustomed to winning, and we talked about it already. Just through the big man most of the time. You just feed it inside, get those easy points down low, and Payne DeGray, he has been a staple of that.
Yeah, he's 6'5", only a junior, so he's still going to be learning the game, but already a very tough customer to deal with, and he loves to play with his back to the basket. So I think Upper is going to have their work cut out for them defensively, simply because they don't have anyone that's going to match up with him inside on the block.
See him warming up his free throws. Expect him to get there a lot. He loves to shoot those, and at a clip that he didn't necessarily like that he was at last year, just around 50%, but still looking to improve on that, and there he is warming up. Let's go ahead and talk about Upper Sandusky, the home team today. This is a group that really wants to get back to winning ways. They struggled the last couple of years, 4 straight years of first-round exits in the playoffs, but they get a good start against Willard, one of those rivals you talked about, and also just taking on a team. This is a good chance to change momentum back in Upper's direction.
Well, they knocked off the Flashes 53-40, so a good 13-point win to open up the season. And when you look at them, Justin Heilman is really going to be the one that the Eagles will be focusing on defensively because he is a senior. He's their leading scorer. He's their top returning player. So everything's going to move around him just as everything moves around Payne DeGray on the other side.
Yeah, and you see Heilman's statistics from that game against Willard, 14 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Also had 7 rebounds in that game, so not quite a near triple-double, but he's knocking on the door right now, Lynn.
Something I found interesting about these two teams is usually they are senior-led. Colonel Crawford only has 3 seniors, Upper has 4. So between them, not a lot of senior leadership. It's going to be interesting to see how the underclassmen are able to step in and do their prospective jobs tonight.
Keys to the game, let's talk about both teams. We'll start with the home side, Upper Sandusky. So for them, they just really want to make sure they're getting to the stripe because that's something they didn't do too much in the later stages of that game against Willard. They were up still 13 points, but you like to see yourself get some free throws and convert. You just 6 of 8 from the line, and they all came in the first quarter.
Well, we talked about how DePayne would love to get the Rams in foul trouble. What if it goes the other way around and they get DePayne in foul trouble because they try to force the issue on him? So, yeah, getting to the stripe is important. And, of course, limiting how many touches DePayne gets and how many opportunities Colonel Crawford gets. I won't be surprised if the Rams try to slow this game down tonight. They don't want to get into a track meet.
Yeah, limit paint touches. That's the second key, of course, talking about Payne DeGray. I'm going to be interested to hear from you later on in the game, Lynn, as a former official, on some of the tactics that Upper Sandusky may use to try and get him in foul trouble. But the key, obviously, for Crawford is just to go the DeGray way. I already talked about Payne DeGray, but there's also John DeGray, who is going to be another piece that helps him out down low. Yep,
you're not going to be hearing an echo. There are 2 DeGrays on the roster, and both will be actively working inside on the paint tonight. And you talked about me being a former official. This feels weird. This is 39 seasons I officiated. This is my first year out, and going to be a different perspective now seeing the floor from up here with you.
So both sides will go to their benches. We'll have the national anthem and starting lineups here in a moment. We'll take a quick break and come right back live and free on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
On me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. Yeah, the first step is showing up, now we're here. Yeah, the first step is showing up.
And we're back out to the mountaintop, ready to go for these two teams before we get starting lineups going between the Upper Sandusky Rams and the Colonel Crawford Eagles. I'll tell you what, we're on Colonel Crawford's side of things here in the gym, and they travel pretty well. I was at their game against Crestview. They filled out those bleachers, and here they are in an even bigger gym doing the same.
Yep, they've always had no problem following. Ever since head coach Dave Sheldon got there 18 years ago, he has done nothing but win and give these fans a lot of good, fond memories to remember. Of course, if you have followed high school basketball, especially around the N-10 area, you know his dad, Rob, was the head coach for many, many years at Winford. He's now retired and living the luxury life down in North Carolina, but he's going to be home for the holidays, and Dave said he's looking forward to seeing Dad very soon.
And here's David Sheldon on your screen right there. I want to shout out a couple of fans watching with us on Facebook. Sandy Ham, Let's Go Rams. Smith Michael Jacob, Go Rams. Also Daniel Stotts rooting on the Rams and rooting on the Eagles today. Gary Dalber, thanks for watching on Facebook. Already 60 strong watching there. And you talked about David Sheldon, 19th season of his career, and all-time record for him, 326, 112. I'd say that's pretty darn good if I had to ask you. And then also all-time, well, that's it for Coach Sheldon, but all-time against Upper Sandusky, Colonel Crawford, 16 and 25. So that's a number they're looking to improve on, especially on these years where they're presumed to be the better team.
Yeah, the Rams are kind of in a rebuilding situation, but Jeff Winslow's done nothing but win since he came to the Rams as well. He even has a regional opportunity under his belt. Actually was one game away from the state tournament back in 2021, and then, of course, COVID hit, and they never got their chance to play that regional championship game and a chance to go to Columbus. So he's very used to having good, strong programs here. As I said, just a little bit of a dip right now, but he's trying to get things strengthened back up.
Also, shout out to Jennifer watching with us saying, Go Eagles on Facebook. Starters for Colonel Crawford. It'll be number 3, Loden Goddard, the senior 5'10 guard, averaged 5 points a game last season. John DeGray wears number 11. He is a sophomore 6'3 forward. Talked about him and his brother, Payne DeGray, wearing number 33. The junior 6'5 post will start alongside him down low. They got a new transfer from Triway, Braden Holt. He wears number 20. He's a junior 6'1 guard. Came into the season averaging 17 points a game in his sophomore year with Triway, and he will share the backcourt duties with Caden Bruner, a senior 6'2 forward who wears number 23. Upper Sandusky getting some high fives from their student section. Starting lineup for them, Justin Heilman's our player spotlight. He wears number 4. Josh Heilman, his brother, will start as well. He is a junior as Justin is a senior. Josh wears number 20, stands 6'3". Jumping back down, number 11, Brock Montgomery, the senior 6'1 guard, put up 8 points a game last year. And then down low, you've got Luke Schoenberger, the 6'2 forward, wearing number 31. And out to jump here, Kaimen Iles will win the tip, wearing number 25. As we are underway with 8 minutes on the clock, Upper Sandusky will start with the basketball.
And a man-to-man defense being employed by the Eagles, as they usually do.
Upper Sandusky 13 and 10 last season, as there is a double dribble to get things started on their offensive end with a turnover.
Yeah, that's the dreaded turnover. No coach wants to see more than about 10 to maybe 15 of those, but there's been a lot of nights when these coaches want to pull their hair out of their heads because these young men sometimes do some uncharacteristic things.
So Colonel Crawford starts on their offensive end. John DeGray trying to feed his brother, and Payne could not get the ball. He also commits the foul as Iles is in for the steal.
Well, both teams have a turnover on their opening possession, and that foul right there going against the Eagles.
So back to Upper Sandusky, still no score, 30 seconds in. We'll play to the elbow. This is Brock Montgomery, committed to Murray State for golf. He'll kick to the corner, high arcing three is off, a little short to the right.
That was a very high arcing shot.
Yeah, Luke Schoenberger in the corner. Caden Bruner goes right at his defender. Back out, Holt up for three. Need to see one go through for him. He did not get a field goal to his name against Crestview till the fourth quarter. That one hits back iron.
Well, we talked about my officiating days. I've worked with all three of these guys in the past. Very good, solid, veteran officiating crew. They will not be a problem tonight. The teams will be their own problems.
Kaimen Iles sits to the right wing, kicks it back out top. And they'll go off a handoff, up with the triple. Shot no good. Offensive rebound, and now a fight for the basketball in the paint. And that will be a jump ball possession to Crawford. Good numbers inside from Colonel Crawford getting the rebound. Just ultimately didn't get the first touch on it. Still able to force a tie up and get the basketball back. Across the timeline, Braden Holt. And his pass goes through the hands of Goddard out of bounds.
Second turnover of the ball game now for the Eagles. Both teams with more turnovers than points, as no one has scored here yet in the opening minute and a half.
Upper will get another chance at it as Justin Heilman brings it up the floor. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals for him against Willard in their last game. Nice backdoor cut high off the window and no good.
Very nice backdoor cut by Josh Heilman, but unfortunately couldn't get the reverse layup to go.
Goddard finds himself open and scores the first points of the game.
And the Rams come fiercely right back down the floor. They wanted to push it right there.
They get slowed up for a moment, but then the speed up again gets the layup to go for Brock Montgomery.
So we had a rather silent opening 90 seconds, and now both teams trade punches back and forth.
Holt brings the ball up the floor, look to his right, now goes to DeGray to the left. Looking for Bruner's tight pressure applied by Josh Heilman.
Illegal screen right there on 11.
So
John DeGray.
Yep, picks up his first foul of the game.
And those are the ones you can't really afford when you're away from the basketball. You've got to set good screens, and he was moving as that screen was set.
Second team foul for Colonel Crawford here on the road. 5.5 minutes to go as Iles swings it around. Freshman gets some playing time here today. That is Jacob Romick, wearing number 5 in white. Ball back out top. Bruner defends Montgomery.
Rams being very patient, and this is kind of what I expected from them before tip-off, was a lot of movement away from the ball and patience.
Iles knocks one down from the corner.
First three-pointer of the night as Upper takes their first lead at 5-3.
Payne DeGray down low. First time we've seen him able to get to his spot, and he scores accordingly.
Nice job right there with the left hand. I don't know if Upper kind of lost track of him for a moment, but he kind of found himself separated.
And the problem with that is if you leave him for just a second, he's going to score. Out top for three. Montgomery swishes another.
Rams have brought their three-point shooting tonight to open the opening quarter.
And they have an 8-5 lead. As Holt carries the basketball, gets the switch. Schoenberger defends, drives through two, kicks out. Goddard in the corner, a little short. Tip for the rebound, ultimately in the hands of Justin Heilman, who runs the floor. It is a 3-on-5, but Heilman still goes to the cup, gets it blocked. It will stay with the Rams.
Rebounds 4-3, Crawford with 4. So both teams playing pretty much even basketball, not just on the scoreboard.
Heilman still looking for someone to pass it into. Finally goes to Montgomery. Montgomery with 5 points, so far of Upper's 8. Iles gets Payne with the up fake, goes to the basket, layup no good, a little short.
Nice job that time offensively by the Rams. Good reverse layup with the left hand, but just wouldn't go down.
The senior guard Lucas Foy comes off the bench and puts on a couple dribble moves, defended by Montgomery. Give to John DeGray, he's shoved. So Justin Heilman will pick up his first foul. First foul also for the Rams.
Well, both teams want to be aggressive offensively, but will be patient offensively.
Foy in a straitjacket gets it out top to DeGray. Swung over, Goddard looking for a second triple. And he has it.
6 points for him, both on threes.
He had 9 points in their first game last year against Upper Sandusky. He's always been a problem for these Rams. Josh Heilman triggers air ball and Holt will collect. You hear the chants, we're right behind the Colonel Crawford student section as Holt loses it out of bounds. It will stay with Colonel Crawford.
Forgot to mention earlier, Colonel Crawford won the JV game, an exciting one, 54-52. Walker Kramer hitting a shot with less than a second left on the clock to win it for the Eagles. So if this one turns out like that one, we're going to have a barn burner.
And Walker Kramer is on the varsity roster. We may see him check out on the floor. Keep an eye out for number 00 in black. Not out on the court right now. Payne DeGray holds onto the basketball, gives to his brother John. Holt trying to get open, finally does. Around a screen, he gets the switch, defending him is Iles. Takes one step, pulls up, gets the 2. Nice rhythm jump shot over the 6'6" defender.
10-8 Eagles.
Romick, one dribble, passes off. Here's Justin Heilman, gets the jump. Quick first step around DeGray, kicks it out. Iles thought about the 3, he'll go to the baseline, and there's a foul called. No shots.
DePayne getting his second foul, I believe.
You're right, so Payne will have to go take a seat. And I told you I was going to check up on this. What are they doing to get those fouls on him?
Well, right now it looks like they're using a nice head fake with the pump fake, getting him in the air. Then they start to go around him, and then right here he had no choice but either foul or let him go by, and he should have just let him go by.
Just got to force him to play catch-up.
Well, you got to hope your help defense is going to step up for you, especially when they're trying to drive baseline.
Heilman holds on to the basketball, finds an open Josh Heilman. His shot off, and Dom Dean forced to play some early minutes. Tried to get the rebound. Upper Sandusky still has it, though. Justin Heilman stops, spins around, out to Schoenberger. His high arcing 3 is off again. He's 0 for 2 from there.
Well, head coach Dave Sheldon wanted a foul.
Nice move by Holt, and it rattles home. 12-8 Crawford. It's your first Federal Community Bank replay. Montgomery defended by Goddard. He's going to attack. Backs down, outside, back in. Schoenberger doesn't see much, but he'll make it do. Turns around, just misses the shot. Tried to go off glass, didn't hit it hard enough off the window. Holt. This is a heat check for Braden Holt. Shot off and up for the rebound. There's a foul in the air.
Schoenberger, I believe, came in and got a lot of body on that rebound for the Rams. That'll be his first.
So you've been able to take Payne DeGray out of the game here early, but Braden Holt is starting to heat up. Number 20 in black, that is a guy you do not want to start hitting shots. You're lucky that one was able to just hit off the back iron.
Kaimen Iles reporting back in for Upper. I would think with DePayne on the bench, they may start looking for Iles inside because they've got a little bit of a mismatch now.
Holt in the far corner. Drives, goes up, no foul. Ball out of bounds. Last off the Rams. And they called it off Kaimen Iles. I don't think he agrees with the call.
No, we're at the opposite end of the floor, so we couldn't really look at it very well from here.
Goddard off glass, no.
Inside of a minute here.
12-8 Colonel Crawford. still tight. These two teams always play each other close. As Iles is walled up by Dean.
Surprised they're not posting Iles up down low on the block. He's got about a 6-inch height advantage right now.
Hand down, man down, says Justin Heilman. John DeGray gave him too much space.
Inside of 30 seconds, so this is going to be a last second shot for the Eagles.
Holt really close to the timeline, able to tiptoe away. He now has the basketball with 7 seconds left. Holt, step back, spins through two, fading shot, no. Rebound by Upper, and they'll survive that possession. And that will do it for the first quarter. Upper Sandusky able to crawl back in there late. Still down one, though, to Colonel Crawford. 12-11 from the mountaintop as we take another break. Northern 10 Conference play off to a roaring start here tonight.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on.
Nice clean N-10 basketball so far between Upper Sandusky and Colonel Crawford. Two teams that expect to finish towards the top of the standings, and rightfully so with how well they've played these last 5-10 years, especially against each other. These two teams usually are within a score whenever they play. Last year in their matchups, Crawford won both, but they won 40-38 and 35-33. Ball out of bounds.
Turnover right there against the Rams. Their second. Each team now has 2 miscues on the night.
So 2 turnovers apiece, just getting started with the second quarter. You don't hate those numbers, but still want to take care of it, because if you don't, other team could run away with it.
I was trying to read Coach Sheldon's lips as we were on the quarter break, and I thought I saw him say we've got to set better screens off ball to get guys open like that right there.
Goddard shoots another. It's off. Justin Heilman in space gives it off. Montgomery up top. Iles, nice pump fake, gets past Dean to the basket. Shot no good. Ball will careen out of bounds, and we'll see last off of Colonel Crawford. So Upper Sandusky will take over close to that corner, side and baseline. This will be an interesting inbound spot.
Love watching Coach Sheldon because he reminds me so much of his dad, who always had a towel on his shoulder, always wiping the perspiration from his forehead. Dave is the spitting image of his dad, Rob.
It's very animated. I can hear him even though I have both ears of my headset on. Offensive movement around the perimeter right now from Upper Sandusky.
A lot of standing, though. The Rams are not moving off the ball. They're just kind of standing, and they've got to get everybody moving to get that defense moving. Otherwise, it's almost like they can play a zone.
Yeah, right now it just feels like they're moving just to get along with the play and not to get open. And Heilman has to shoot another one over the defender, and that will go off. He's able to make the first one towards the end of the first quarter, but that time no good. Nice pass over the top. DeGray, though, missed the layup. Dean comes down with the rebound and immediately turns it over. Other way we go. David Gibson wisely slows things down, so they'll run their offense again, but you'd hope this time a little more urgency.
Well, the opening quarter started kind of stale offensively for both teams, and now the second quarter is starting a little stale. We're still at 12-11, same as we were at the end of the first quarter.
Heilman with 3 points today, just off that three towards the end of the first. He draws the foul here, and it looks like there's actually going to be a foul on Upper. I think the case is that Justin hooked him there towards the end, kind of got around John DeGray. Saw it there thanks to First Federal Community Bank. But we're going the other way. Colonel Crawford, as Holt gets open up top again, hoists another three. That one no good. Will bounce out of bounds.
Well, Holt's been successful, but now he's missed a couple of shots, and I think he's hurrying them just a little bit. Needs to get his feet set, especially when he's wide open like that one there. No sense in hurrying. Get your feet set, go up good and straight, and get a good-looking shot.
It looks like he's one of those guys that likes to step into his threes, doesn't like to kind of set himself before he shoots, and maybe that time it's hurting him a little bit. Here's Kaimen Iles down low. Dom Dean with the defense.
That's the matchup I felt like they should have been looking for earlier, because he's being guarded right now by someone who's way shorter than he is.
Deem stands his ground there, though. As Crawford goes the other way, they get a three up. Shot no good. Number 2, Peyton Baker, the junior. First couple of minutes for him. Josh Heilman, no good on the three, and a foul down low.
Both teams are really cold right now to start this second quarter, but I think offensively for Colonel Crawford, they just look out of sync since DePage is not in the ball game. They just look a little hesitant and a little lost as to where they really want to go.
John DeGray, though, does stay in, so he's kind of been the big presence they've needed. Also, they've had Dom Dean help out. Nice little give and go between Heilman and Iles. That will draw a foul, and we're going to have our first free throws here of the day.
Well, right there they got Dom Dean for the second straight time with a foul, and he's the one who's kind of fighting it defensively against Iles. He's giving up some inches. He's 6'2", listed on the program. Not sure he's really a full 6'2". Iles is 6'6", so that's where I would be going if I'm head coach Jeff Winslow.
Officials called it on the floor, so Iles holds on to the basketball far corner.
Rams have not even attempted a free throw yet tonight, I don't believe.
Yeah, and I mentioned it in the pregame, only shot 8 in their game against Willard. They all came in the first.
Nice entry pass right there.
Solid positioning by Montgomery. He does the rest.
Nice job offensively as they've made a beautiful entry pass, and then he finished it off. Not Iles, but Montgomery did.
Upper's got their first lead of the day. Bruner trying to find Dean down low. Good defense, though, down low by Upper.
And that's going to be a foul. 2 hands on the by the defender.
Taylor picks up the foul. It's the first of the quarter for Upper Sandusky. Still no Payne DeGray. Just 4 minutes to go and just 2 points so far in the quarter, both from the Rams.
Well, there's Taylor once again holding on to the defender, but a timeout was actually called before. I think he was actually going to call a foul, but the throw-in person decided, I need a timeout. I'm not getting it in.
Yeah, so that will take us to our first timeout of the game. And looking at this clock right now, well, they've got it up for a timeout, but it was at about 4.5 minutes, and we've only seen 2 points, and those were just not too long ago from Montgomery on this side of the floor with Upper Sandusky.
Yeah, I think both teams are struggling. As you can see, their shooting performance isn't the greatest, and DePage leaving the ball game as early as he did. It's forcing Crawford to play without him, and they're just out of sync. They just can't seem to get any rhythm going, and part of that's because the Rams are playing really good, tight, solid man-to-man defense.
4:10 back on the clock after the timeout. Still struggling to find anybody in play. They finally do go to John DeGray, and now in a double, he gives it to Holt, gets it right back, and now we see Crawford moving it a little bit better.
Upper really switching and moving on defense. They're doing a nice job.
Ball poked away, diving to the floor was Upper.
We got a foul being called all the way across the floor.
Here's your second look. Good job. Number 24 got in there, Wyatt Taylor. He had just picked up a foul not too long ago, still staying aggressive and making it happen. And ultimately, it is a call on Crawford. So here we go the other way with Upper.
I'll tell you what, if they can hit a three right here, it's going to put a little thought on getting DePage back into the ball game. Coach Sheldon may have to say, I don't want him in this early, but I may have to.
Schoenberger gives it to the elbow. Montgomery with 7 points so far. Goes back to Schoenberger. Again, the movement right now from Upper in their offense has been a bit of a standstill. They were able to get an open three from Taylor. The shot no good.
Yeah, Colonel Crawford is moving the ball much better around the perimeter by passing. There's going to be another foul against the Rams.
And that's also on Taylor. That's his second. Taylor's one of those guys, he's not a starter for you. So him being out there with 2 fouls isn't the worst thing in the world. They'll still make a change. It won't be for Taylor. Off goes Justin Heilman and Jacob Romick. And freshman will get some time.
For Taylor, both those fouls were pretty much identically the same, playing with both hands on the offensive dribbler. You just can't do that or it's going to be an automatic call.
John DeGray rises, fires, and banks it home. So Colonel Crawford back with the lead, 14-13. Montgomery, drive, kick, ball swung around. Iles squares it up from 3, no good. Montgomery almost got in there for the board, but he's able to tip it off an Eagle. Baseline out of bounds. The freshman will pass it in. Romick looking, searching. Finds Montgomery out top. He is shoved to the ground.
Well, that's an automatic call. John DeGray right there was caught in no man's land. He wanted to try and make the steal, but then he came down off balance and right into the back of the offensive player. And when you knock him to the floor, they've got nothing to do but call a foul.
And that's his second. So both DeGray brothers struggling with fouls. They'll both be on the bench. So you're relying on Dom Dean and also Bruner to really give you some inside presence.
Turnover against Upper.
Braden Holt able to get the steal outside on the perimeter, and he's been a big help after losing their 2 big guys as he lays it home.
He's got 6 on the night, and now Crawford has the lead, 16-13. Very low scoring ball game.
Very short passes from Upper Sandusky. Not really able to space the floor so far. Good job by Crawford. They also send a double team at Iles, and now Holt.
Yep, I think they're going to get Holt, and that's a good call as he was reaching, and they finally decided, okay, that's enough. That is the matchup, though, that I really think Upper needs to exploit, but they need to get the ball down lower because Kaimen Iles is getting it about, I'm going to say 13, 14 feet away from the hoop, and then he tries to back his defender down. He needs to be on the block when he gets that pass.
So finally, we're going to see some free throws, and it will be Kaimen Iles who misses short on the first. Quick break for Josh Heilman. He's back in, number 20 in white. With 2:20 to go as Iles will shoot the second and also miss. 0 for 2 from the stripe. Score remains 16-13. Crawford with a score advantage and the basketball.
This game is zipping by. Only one timeout has been called. That was by Crawford. And
there's another catch and fire from the field. He's struggling, Holtz. This ball will go out, and Upper Sandusky has the next possession.
I think Coach Sheldon has made the decision. We are not going to see Payne DeGray again until the third quarter. If you're just joining us, the 6'5 junior picked up 2 fouls very early in this ball game, and he has sat ever since.
Josh Heilman, no good, too long. Holt down the floor, keeping Crawford to a 3-point lead. Goddard drive, kick, Bruner swings it, extra pass to the corner, Lucas Foy. Nothing but net, but not through the rim.
Rams really need a successful trip down the floor, or this game could slowly start to get away from them. Nice backdoor cut again.
There's Justin Heilman, a much-needed triple to tie it up.
He's got 2 field goals on the night. Both are threes.
Holt across the timeline will hold on to it with a minute to go. Out to Goddard for 3. Another one off, and off the tape. Rams basketball. 1:01 on the clock.
Both coaches going to their bench now to try and get some guys either a breather or they're making an offensive-defensive substitution.
And again, I feel like if there was any moment that they were going to bring in DeGray, either of them, it was going to be right there and still on the bench. So sticking with this core group.
There, he got the pass on the block.
And Iles hooks it
he got
off.
a much better shot. So that's where he needs to get the entry pass, not out another 8 feet. Nice jump hook that time, but it just didn't fall.
All tied up. Holt drive to Dean. In the mid-range area, able to get past Iles for the moment. Draws a foul. He's shooting 2.
And he got the foul on Iles. Iles has been trying to work him, and instead this time the tables got reversed. Dean did a nice job getting the head and shoulder pump fake, got his man Iles up in the air, and from there he slapped him on the wrist.
First foul for Iles. We'll see Dom Dean at the line for the first free throws of the night for the Eagles. First one off, just like the 2 prior from Upper Sandusky. So Dom Dean continues the free throw struggles today. So Northwest District honorable mention in football this past season. A very successful season for Colonel Crawford and the Eagle football team. They went 9-3, and they won a playoff game as well.
Well, and sometimes you'll see football players have a hard time in the first couple of weeks of the season trying to get that footballism out of themselves and become more fluid. Very low scoring first half.
10 seconds to go, and we'll see a timeout called by Coach Winslow. And he wants to draw something up. It looks like there was actually something that was already planned, and he's frustrated with how they executed, so he called the timeout.
Well, judging by what we saw the last trip down the floor, Iles got the entry pass right down on the block. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't go to that again. Maybe he'll set him up on the opposite block and then set a down screen for him and bring him through the key. That may be their way of getting him the ball, but he has got a mismatch with Dean. You got to exploit it right here. It's either going to be that or they're going to set something up for Heilman to make a drive.
Tied up at 16. So any score would take the lead, either side. Upper, of course, with the upper hand, having the basketball.
Iles is actually making the throw in, so they may set a screen for him coming inbounds, but they don't.
Be a pick and roll. Justin Heilman back to Iles. 3 seconds left. Driving in, Heilman to the basket. No on the layup. And now the buzzer will sound. And we'll have a tie game going to the locker rooms between 2 really, really good N-10 teams battling it out here tonight. Crawford 16, Upper Sandusky 16. We'll take a halftime break and be back with some statistics live and free on the OH Report.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above-market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
And welcome back to Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Time for your halftime show brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center in Bucyrus. Before we get into some numbers, want to take a second to thank all of our sponsors bringing us here to Upper Sandusky for this coverage of the opening night of N-10 conference play between two top dogs, Upper Sandusky and Colonel Crawford. Thank you to Wilson Tire Company, also, of course, Burkhart Farm Center, Quest Federal Credit Union, First Federal Community Bank, Home and Kitchen Supply, also Edward Jones with Chris Daris, and also Kimmel Corporation. So those are our sponsors bringing you live and free coverage tonight of Upper Sandusky boys basketball. And Lynn, it's been a good one. 16-16, all tied up. It's just fitting for two teams that go at each other like they always do.
Well, you know, this gymnasium for years had the nickname The Barn, and a lot of folks had a hoop in their barn when I did. I grew up on the farm. We had a hoop in the barn, but it was always cold in the barn, and the shooting has been rather cold here in the barn tonight. Neither team is really setting things on fire from either the line, where both teams are 0 for 2, or from the floor, where both teams are really struggling. It's been a tough game to watch as far as shooting ability, but both teams are working hard, playing hard. Rebounds, Colonel Crawford has 13 unofficially. The Rams have 10. Turnovers, Upper with 4, Crawford with 3, so that's been pretty even. I would say both coaches have to be really happy with the limited number of turnovers. I'm sure Dave Sheldon isn't happy that he lost DeGray, his big man, so early, and it really threw his team out of sync offensively. Defensively, they did fine, but Upper has missed a lot of easy chances driving to the hole. Heilman's missed a couple of shots. Points in the paint have not come from either team very easily. I think both coaches had a lot of things to talk about at halftime. I kind of expect the shooting to pick up here in the second half, especially now that they're both going toward their coaches and can be coached a little easier on offense.
Yeah, for sure. And although these two teams are used to low-scoring games, I listed off the games last year between these two sides. So Upper won both, or no, I should say Colonel Crawford won both. It was 38-40 in the first one and 35-33. That's a really low-scoring boys basketball game.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of a game where they would play slow down, and the clock's been moving the entire ball game. We really haven't had too many stoppages. Both teams went to the line 2 times in the first half. Turnovers haven't been a problem. It's just been poor shooting by both teams, and I think some of that is also good defense. So we'll see what happens here. Upper will start the second half with the basketball, and both teams get their full complement of starters back out onto the floor, and the big one for Colonel Crawford is Payne DeGray back out there with 2 fouls at 6'5".
Yeah, he picked up those 2 fouls very, very early in the first quarter, and we didn't see him again. Coach opted to keep him out and let him play pretty much this entire second half foul willing. So Braden Holt brings it up, and he has been a big help for this team as he finds John DeGray on a backdoor cut to get this third quarter started.
Very nice backdoor cut and a very nice pass to find the open cutter.
Can Upper Sandusky respond? Our offense been a little stagnant, along with, of course, the Eagles, but Upper we've seen offensive movement, not nearly as much moving the ball as we have seen with Colonel Crawford.
Both teams staying in their man-to-man defenses.
Heilman double team out to Iles, extra pass, another triple will go up, and that went off by Luke Schoenberger.
Boy, both teams are just struggling shooting the basketball.
Bruner thought about a 3, gives it back out to Holt. Holt with 6 first half points, and he took a lot of shots as well. He's kind of been that guy that's taken over the offensive responsibilities, and so far he's been a little cold. Also, that was the case last game against Crestview for him, as there's a good effort by Iles to try and get DeGray forced into a turnover, but Payne gets the ball back and draws the foul.
And he drew the second foul against Kaimen Iles. So 6'6" versus 6'5", and both players now have 2 fouls.
Payne DeGray shooting 2 free throws.
And the Rams only put 3 players into the score column in the first half. Colonel Crawford only put 4 into the scoring column.
19-16 after that one, and Payne Shot about 50% in that game against Crestview earlier on. Just after Thanksgiving, he goes 50% there after missing the second. Justin Heilman to the cup. Draws
And he
the contact.
gets fouled, yeah, and this one might be going against Caden Bruner.
So more free throws. Both teams went combined 0 for 4 in half number one.
John DeGray is actually the one, and that's his third. So foul trouble continues to haunt the Eagles tonight.
Justin Heilman, no good on the first.
Cold shooting from the floor, cold shooting from the free throw line. Just cold shooting, period, kind of matching the weather.
1 for 4 for Colonel Crawford, and now 1 for 4 for Upper Sandusky after that one's nailed. 19-17, Colonel Crawford. They've held the lead for the majority of this game. I believe Uppers only had the advantage once, and it was when it was 13-12. Holt dribbles out top, crosses over Montgomery, stops, fires, no good. Tried to use the glass. Here goes Brock Montgomery, backing down his defender. Ball ends up on the ground, and Bruner pulls it away. Still a tie up first.
That'll go down officially as, well, I guess it won't go down as a turnover because the Rams get the ball back. I was thinking the arrow was to Colonel Crawford, but it's to the Rams.
Goddard defending Montgomery. Pass back to Justin Heilman. Around the perimeter they'll go. This is Josh Heilman. Passes one in, down low, and Schoenberger finishes it off. Tied up again.
Nice pass that time from the Rams, so they got a little something cooking. We're tied.
Bruner close to us. Back out DeGray, cross-court pass. Goddard took a lot of shots in that first half. He's got 6 points, both off triples. Holt fires away, short. Good rebound by Montgomery. They've got the numbers right now, 2-on-2. Montgomery puts it to the deck. No, there is a foul, not on the shot though.
Looks like they got Logan Goddard. That's going to be his first foul of the night, the senior with the two hands as he drove by.
Still knotted at 19. Montgomery in down low. Josh Heilman turns back out to the perimeter. Iles, the lefty, left with some space. He missed a couple threes in the first half, so he'll hold. Iles handoff ripped away. Here goes John DeGray, lays it up and in. 21-19. Trailing Iles gives it back to Heilman. Montgomery faked the three, goes inside, cutting Justin Heilman, banks it home.
Tied up once again at 21-21, and now the Rams with a little full court pressure, but it's just kind of a token pressure. They're going to fall back now into their man-to-man.
Already close to halfway done with this third quarter. This has flown by Lynn in a back-and-forth game so far. 21-21. DeGray has a position down low. He's doubled. Shot missed. Heilman gets the rebound off the deflection, and out goes the Rams. Hop, step, move. Montgomery to the basket. Shot off, out of bounds. Last off of Colonel Crawford.
Well, the Rams with a golden opportunity again right there. It's almost like there's a lid on that hoop. They just cannot get anything to go in tonight. Both teams really struggling offensively.
Nobody open. Gonna have to play it deep. Goddard almost got there and forced the turnover.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they very easily could have called a foul on Logan Goddard, but they decide, nope, we're going to just let that contact happen, and it's another turnover against the Rams. That's now their 7th. They only had 4 the entire first half. They have 3 here in the third quarter.
Score remains 21-21. 5 each in this quarter. We have now 4 minutes to go in quarter number 3. DeGray up fake to the basket. He's struggled down low so far. Offensive rebound. Holt draws the foul. Iles picks it up.
Yep, and that's going to be his 3rd. So now Coach Winslow has a decision to make, and it looks like he's making it. Since the Eagles are going to the line, he'll use this chance to make the substitution and get Iles out of the ball game.
Holt shooting 2. This is where he started to get going against Crestview at the free throw line. So he knocks down the first. He had to see something go in the basket against the Cougars last week, and getting to the line was that for him, because he shot those free throws in the fourth quarter, and those were his first points of that frame, and then he went on to score 8 more.
Well, the Eagles are now 3 out of 6, so 50% from the line. That's got to be way better than they're shooting from the field, that's for sure.
Montgomery's got plenty of space on this near side. He'll go to work on Goddard off the back iron, gets his own rebound. He's going to go at him again. Double team comes. No foul called. Another offensive rebound. And Justin Heilman finally gets it to drop.
And a timeout being taken by the Rams. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout with just about 3.5 minutes left, and we're tied again.
So Upper able to even it up again. 23-23. You see Coach Sheldon on your screen talking to his team. Right now, for Payne DeGray, he shot really well against Crestview in their last game, but right now it just feels like there's a lid on the basket for him.
Both teams really struggling, and DePayne is a little off balance. He needs to get both feet set, especially when you're inside the key. Go up strong, get that rebound, get your feet set, then go right back up as strong as you went up to get that rebound. And I think he's just a little off balance right now. And he also got some contact down here on his last one, I think, and to his credit, kept fighting. But you've got to be able to go up strong, take the contact, and still be able to make the bucket.
You also got to think he didn't play at all in the second quarter. He's still kind of cold just coming into the game overall, not just scoring-wise, but also just getting up and down the floor. Just trying to get him acclimated after sitting out a little bit in the second quarter and even first half of the first quarter as well.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Okay, the Rams are going to put Brock Montgomery on DeGray, so they're giving up about 5, almost 6 inches. So I would imagine the Eagles are going to start looking inside.
Also putting some light pressure on Colonel Crawford. Full court now. Goddard around the screen. It's a pick and roll. They might have had John DeGray. They didn't go to him. Holt open again, this time for 3. Too short. Other way, Upper Sandusky with Justin Heilman. Heilman up top, swings around the perimeter. The freshman directing traffic. Goes back to his senior point guard.
Ball movement looking a little better for the Rams right now than it was earlier in this ball game when they were all standing. But now, just as I say that, they kind of stand again.
Yeah, I got a 4-out, 1-in look right now, and Montgomery's that 1 in. I'll go to the elbow with him.
Nice backdoor cut.
Josh Heilman lays it in.
Very nice backdoor cut, and a good job of the Rams of seeing it. And they've got the lead again.
Good job by Josh, just making a 180 and knowing where the basket was to bank it home. Second lead of the game for the Rams here at home. Good crowd on hand. As they defend here, kick out Lucas Foy for 3. Off the top of the backboard, no call for out of bounds. And John DeGray with the offensive board ties it up again.
Well, and a nice offensive rebound by DeGray. That's what kept that whole possession going for the Eagles.
Justin Heilman pulls up right over Payne DeGray. Not an easy guy to shoot over, but he did it there. We're looking for Payne inside. He's been walled up nicely.
That's going to be against Brock Montgomery. He had his arms basically wrapped around the waist of DeGray, and as an official, you've got to call that one as he was inhibiting him from making any kind of a move.
Wyatt Taylor checks back in. Oh, no, he goes out. Freshman will get subbed out as well. David Gibson will get some time, number 22 in white.
Yep, Schoenberger and Gibson both come in for the Rams off the bench.
Holt turns the corner out to Goddard, far side corner. Not open enough to shoot. DeGray one-on-one. Heilman holds his ground. Just about a minute left. As good turn around the corner. Braden Holt and the foul.
And Gibson's going to get the whistled for the foul. Holt making a nice move, taking it offhand, and Gibson kind of pushed him in the back as he went up for that for that field goal.
Braden Holt, just a junior. He's got 10 points now today. And he's still developing, even though he did put up 17 points a game with Triway. You know that he's going to get better, and we've seen glimpses of that as he connects and converts on the three-point play to give Colonel Crawford the lead. But I think the next step in his development is just to understand how big of a threat he really is. He's shooting these threes when he knows that the defense is prepared for that, and he's got the speed to get around him.
Well, the free throw shooting is picked up. They were 1 for 4. Now they are 4 out of 7 after hitting 3 in a row.
Schoenberger triggers another one off. He is 0 for 4 from 3. Heilman on the rebound. Looks like that might have been partially blocked. Ball saved by Upper Sandusky. Payne DeGray runs the floor and uses the glass. That's got to be great for Payne's confidence, just seeing one go in towards the end of the third quarter. Crawford up 3. Another pull-up by Heilman. He is fouled, and Payne is not happy.
Nope, he felt like he got all ball, and Dave Sheldon is biting his lip. He really wants to let the official know, but I think he might have came through the hand as he might have gotten some ball, but I think he got a lot of hand as well.
Not a 3, just a 2, so that many free throws coming. Try and get back to maybe a 1-point game here.
Big call, though, as that's the third foul now. So DeGray did a good job of avoiding that third for the entire quarter until the very last minute here. But he's got 2 to play with.
Justin Heilman has a team high and game high 15 points. As, again, Colonel Crawford will dribble this out and try to get the last shot. Heilman defending Braden Holt. Those are your 2 top scorers right now. I talked about Heilman with 15. Holt has 11. 7 seconds to go. He'll go to work, take a screen, and he'll get the switch. Holt through 2, kicks it out. Bruner for 3, off to the right. That'll end the third quarter. Crawford takes a 1-point advantage there in the third quarter. 30-29. We'll take a break. Money time is coming up. Stay here live and free on Facebook and YouTube on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Eight minutes back on the clock. That'll be the last time we do that here today as the fourth quarter is set to go. And Lynn, if you're a defensive guru, you love this game. 30-29, Crawford with the 1-point advantage, and they'll take the basketball to start the frame.
That was the most productive offensive quarter for both teams. Eagles outscoring the Rams 14-13. And I felt like the Eagles had a little more offensive flow simply because they're used to seeing DeGray in the ball game, and they got him back into the ball game and off the bench, and things just started to flow a little bit more. Even though he's not killing them offensively, he's a presence to deal with and opens up the floor.
John DeGray fighting with Heilman for possession. Ball stays with Crawford. Hold out top. They've got the lead. They're willing to drain the time. They know it's just a 1-point game, but This is kind of the tempo they play. They like to look for anything they can get. That time, though, Holt turns it over. Iles the other way. 6'6" careens down the floor, and they'll call a blocking foul as Kaimen draws the contact. He'll shoot 2.
Well, and that's number 4 against the big boy Payne DeGray, and I don't think Coach Sheldon can afford to leave him in the ball game any longer. He's going to have to take him out again. So just as they start to get in an offensive flow, now this may put them back into the muddy waters again.
Yeah, number 25, Dom Dean, to the scorer's table as the first free throw drops to tie it back up at 30.
And remember, Kaimen Iles has 3, so now he is probably going to be the focal point, as they kind of made him the focal point in the second quarter when he had the size advantage.
Upper has the lead for the 3rd time today.
Wow, the Rams have hit 5 straight free throws. The Eagles have hit 3 straight free throws. What's going on?
It's heating up here in the barn. Iles with 5, Upper with 31. The 1-point edge over Crawford here today. Thanks for joining us live and free on the OH Report. This will be quite the finish as we get down towards the end. 6:47 left as Bruner holds it out top.
Not much movement on this Eagle offense. They're kind of standing around like the Rams have been doing for much of the night tonight.
Another ball thrown up by Holt, and it's going to force a transition opportunity. Montgomery stops, misses the layup, though. Maybe lost his balance there at the last moment, and now a foul on the Rams.
And that's a frustration foul against Justin Heilman. Frustrated that they're not hitting these layups and bunny shots inside, and now the Rams are going to go to a full court press and see if they can't try to force the issue a little bit here.
Still that pressure we saw in the 3rd quarter from the Rams. They'll continue that. Very light, but it is there.
I'm going to assume we get down to maybe the 3-minute mark, and that's when DeGray's probably going to get back in. Maybe 3:30, but I don't think Coach Sheldon's going to go to him anytime soon.
DeGray tries to go to his post teammate, and it's a steal. Other way, Josh Heilman waits for help. Justin Heilman holds on to the basketball with Holt reaching in.
There's where they need to go, right there, Iles.
He's on an island with Dom Dean. He just shoots it over him. It's no good, though. Dom Dean again holds his ground. In and out move, out to Goddard. This is a big triple. Air ball.
The offensive woes continue for both teams. This has not been a shooting exhibition that you really want to put on tape for anybody that wants to learn how to shoot the basketball.
Justin Heilman misses a 3 as you're saying that. Holt, rhythm jumper, off the back iron. Schoenberger the rebound. He had it poked away by Bruner.
Turnovers are starting to mount. That's 9 against the Rams, and now another one against the Eagles. They're 7th.
Justin Heilman stops, waits. Montgomery trails the play.
Just under 5 minutes left, so if the Eagles can last another minute and a half, I would say there's a dead ball and we're going to have a foul to Payne, make that DeGray down inside, kind of wrestling, and I think he's going to get called for the foul, and that's his 4th.
Look at it at the top of your screen right there. Just got caught up between each other. John DeGray for Crawford and Brock Montgomery for Upper. And here comes Payne DeGray.
Oh, he called a double foul on that, I think. If it goes, no, he did not. No, he did not. It would have went to half court. I thought I saw him with both fists out on each side, but apparently he was asking if they wanted a full timeout.
It's just a fourth foul from John DeGray. So both DeGray brothers are in foul trouble. Keep an eye on that as we get towards the end of this game. Final 4.5 to go.
Well, he went to Payne DeGray a minute earlier than I thought he would. And
Down
there's
low.
the big play Upper's been looking for.
Brock Montgomery, he's been quiet as of late. He had a great start to this game, but there he reappears in a big moment to give Upper a 3-point lead.
Well, I'm sure as the whistle blew, Coach Sheldon was probably thinking to himself, please do not let this foul be against a DeGray, because if it is, I've lost one of them. Rams with a 3-point lead, looking to increase it at the line. Montgomery.
Montgomery misses, though. It's a one-possession game.
Breaking their streak of hitting 5 consecutive free throws as a team.
DeGray holds on to it at the elbow, looking to get it back to Holt. Bruner squares up a three. DeGray the rebound, down low and one.
And that foul is going to go against Schoenberger of the Rams, his second. And this will give Payne DeGray his 7th point of the night. And now is when you need him to really cash in at the free throw line to tie this game back up. And he doesn't. Rams get another rebound.
Upper 33, Crawford 32, other way, Rams for three.
Heilman with a huge three. Their first three of the second half. They have not been able to find the twine here in the second half.
Josh Heilman, a big shot when Upper needed it. The Rams lead by 4.
Still plenty of time, though, but this clock's been moving very quickly tonight.
Holt, heat check from way downtown, bounces off. DeGray down low. There will be a foul on the floor.
And this could possibly be, I thought maybe it was going to go against Iles, but nope.
It did go on Iles, but he's got 4.
Okay, that is his 4th. DeGray, and Iles all with 4 now.
3:41 to go. Ball lobbed over the top. Good catch by Goddard. Back to Holt. Holt with 11 points.
Rams are really trying to give a lot of help to Iles on DeGray.
Another long three. That misses by a lot. Approaching 3 minutes left.
I believe this is the largest lead of the night for either team at 4 points, isn't it? So we may see Upper try to milk the clock here. They might.
Backdoor cut. Heilman gets it off the leg.
I thought possibly that went off Heilman's foot.
We'll get a second look at this. Thanks to First Federal Community Bank, they call it off of the Eagles. I think in my unbiased opinion, I think that goes off of Justin Heilman.
It sure looked like it. Might want to call a timeout, but they get it in bounds. We'll see if they try to really work on the 4-corner offense without looking like a true 4-corner offense.
Josh Heilman hit the 3 moments ago to give them this lead. His brother almost turns it over.
Boy, what a nice save by Heilman right there. 5-second count is underway.
Justin spins around, goes to the basket, and the lead grows for Upper. 6 points now in a 38-32 contest.
17 points for Justin Heilman. 11 of those coming here in the second half. That foul goes against Brock Montgomery, and that's his 4th.
And we're going to the line the rest of the way for Colonel Crawford, so a good chance for them to chip away, but they got to hit their free throws. It's something that they've struggled with today, both teams.
When the clock is stopped and you're at the free throw line, that's when you got to cash in a tight ball game like this one.
With 2:34 left, Holt with the second. He made the first. This one, no. DeGray, did he get it off of Upper Sandusky? The answer's no. Missed opportunity. 5-point game for the Rams.
5 points almost feels like 10 when you're in a ball game like this.
That ball almost went out of bounds. Heilman gets it right back, kicks it outside. Montgomery, a quick trigger.
Boy, that was a gutsy shot right there, because I think Coach Winslow really would have rather seen time come off the clock than points go on the board. What a gutsy shot.
And it increases this lead to 8, the biggest lead by either side by far.
Well, right now, I think if you're Colonel Crawford, you've got to try and look inside and get Payne DeGray the ball and make him be your focal point, because he's obviously being guarded by Kaimen Iles, who has 4 fouls on him. So both teams could start working it inside and fouling people out. But as far as Upper's concerned, they just want time to come off the clock.
So Brock Montgomery, after that triple falls, he's got 12 points today. Also 4 fouls.
Crawford has
2
2 fouls to give, too, so that's going to come into play. They can get a little risky on defense, gamble a little bit. If it pays off, great. If not, it's just a foul, and it stops the clock.
17 points for Justin Howman. So those are the top 2 scorers for Upper Sandusky. On the other side of things, Colonel Crawford, 12 from Holt, but his field goal percentage is not great. So 8 points coming from John DeGray. It's been a struggle of a night for Payne DeGray, but he's got 7. He'll get the basketball here.
Right now the clock is Upper's friend.
Back
And right
down
there is
low.
where I said they would have to go, and they do.
And Payne DeGray with his easiest basket all night. They're now down 6 as Iles takes it up the floor. And almost lost it. And
he
that
did.
he did.
Not the time you want a turnover. They're trying to hold on to a 6-point lead.
Bruner looking back for Holtz. He has him defended by Josh Howman. Minute 40 left. Spins around to the right. Around, out to Bruner. Big 3 off. Payne DeGray powers inside.
Well, I said during the last time out, that is exactly who and where I would be going to him. And this time he got the ball off the rebound. But you've just got to go to him and hope that Iles is going to play soft defense, knowing he's got 4 fouls on him, or he's going to be out of the ball game. So Coach Sheldon is definitely going to make that the focal point offensively. Now if you are Coach Winslow, you're telling your team, look, we can't afford to turn the basketball over. We just did it the last time with a 8-point lead or a 6-point lead. Now it's down to 4 because we turned it over. Make them start fouling you.
3 timeouts left for Crawford after that one. And Upper Sandusky has 2 to go. That last one was called by the Rams, so they want to talk things over because they're starting to see DeGray get inside and start to make some shots. And that's a scary sight, especially when you're in a close game like this. With the lead now down to 4 for Upper Sandusky, they'll have to take it the length of the floor and evade this pressure.
Well, Payne DeGray only had 2 points at halftime, but he also only played about a quarter of action. Now he is up to 11 points. Half those have come from passes to him down low on the block, and the other half have come on offensive rebounds that have been stickbacks.
Pretty close to Colonel Crawford's bench, so he probably heard me talking about his struggles today. Scored a quick 4 points after that comment.
Oh, there's a foul on the Rams. Oh, I think they're going to actually call it on 5 of Crawford. That should have gone against Heilman, who pushed off right up in the upper chest. He got away with one. And
no, he didn't. That is on Heilman.
Is it? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
That's who it should have gone against, and that's going to be his 4th. Nope, his 3rd.
I was a little more concerned because that far side official came sprinting to this near side of the court, and I thought something was going on with it that I couldn't see. But clearly Heilman with the push off, and that's a big mistake, especially coming out of your own timeout.
That's basically another turnover against the Rams.
Crawford throwing it in.
They have not done a good job of protecting this lead.
1:25 to go. Hold out top. Hoist up a 3. Big shot.
Wow, that was a gutsy shot as well.
Braden Holt, he struggled from 3 all night long, but he hasn't gone away from it. And right there, it brings them within 1.
1:20 left to go in the ball game, I believe.
Well, they got the timeout up right now, so another one called. This time, though, it looked like Colonel Crawford called this one.
Well, I'd say the Eagles are going to play defense on this possession. They're going to probably come out in full court pressure. If the Rams get it across the timeline, then they'll probably foul them and then play another defensive set until the Rams show that they're able to take some more time off the clock, and then they'll foul them again inside of a minute.
Now, if you're Upper Sandusky, just get the ball in.
Yeah, they're really struggling, and sometimes when you're struggling offensively, it becomes a situation where you're more worried about blowing the lead than gaining an advantage right now. They're just not playing relaxed basketball because they're struggling so badly offensively.
Ball almost stolen by Goddard, but
Yeah,
the inbounder able to get back in bounds and grab it.
Wide
Kaimen.
open underneath, and they can't get it to him. Another
What a
turnover.
steal by Payne DeGray. Crawford down one, but with the basketball, Holt stops, fires, blocked. Iles gets there. Rebound Crawford.
I'll tell you what, Montgomery was wide open under the basket for Upper, but DeGray intercepted the pass.
Holt holds on to the basketball again. We're under a minute, folks. 50 seconds. Holt in and out at the mid-range area. Another big shot, no good. Payne DeGray drops the foul.
And that's going to go against Iles, and that's going to be it for him.
So they lose a 6-6 presence down low to fouls, where we thought it was probably going to be Payne DeGray, but he's done a good job staying disciplined here late in the game. He's given the Eagles a chance inside, and now he's got big free throws. He's 50% shooter. I've said it a couple times on the broadcast, but 50% will do it to tie it up.
Well, it has to be in his head right now that, okay, it's on me. If we can get the lead here, and he's tied it, he's thinking if we can just get the lead here, I think we can hang on because Upper's just struggling offensively so badly.
Crawford working on matchups right now after the free throw. DeGray with the basketball, hoists it up, and it's in, a swish. Crawford has the lead.
Two big free throws by Payne DeGray. 1 point lead for the Eagles.
42-41. Justin Heilman has 17 points today. They're going to go to him again, and he draws a foul.
That one might be going against number 3 of the Eagles.
It is on Goddard. It's a second. And a timeout by Crawford. They're going to try, I don't know, maybe ice the free throw shooter here?
Well, I think it's that, and Coach Sheldon wants to set up, if he happens to make both of these, he's setting up his offense. He doesn't want to use another timeout, so he can use it right now and accomplish two things. You're freezing the free throw shooter, and you're getting your team together offensively what you want to do. I don't think he wants to call a timeout off of the rebound and let Upper set up defensively.
So
I wouldn't be surprised to see Upper go zone defense, too. Maybe just to throw a curveball at them because they don't have Iles inside either.
And calling the timeout this early before the free throws allows you to talk about that, of course. So free throws for both of these teams that started off rough. But since they've been able to tune it up and get a couple more free throws to fall, DeGray, one of the guys that struggled last year from the line, makes both to take the lead. And Upper Sandusky, they only took 8 free throws against Willard, and I said it earlier in the broadcast, I'll say it again, they were all in the first quarter. This time they're doing a better job getting to the stripe in tight moments.
32 seconds left, so these are big free throws.
Heilman off back iron, and he is frustrated with himself after that, rightfully so.
Usually when you've got 2 free throws, you're a little calmer because you know I've got 2 chances to tie the ball game. Now he's put himself where he has 1 chance to tie the ball game, and he does.
42-42.
Let's see if Upper stays man-to-man or if they drop zone. They stay man-to-man.
We are under 30 seconds, folks. You're watching it live and free on the OH Report. Holt dribbles the basketball across the timeline. Defended by Montgomery. He's got to watch that basketball. He's almost dribbling backcourt. 15 seconds left. Crawford wants the last shot. Holt around a double. Back out top. 6 seconds left. Holt's got to go. There was a foul down low.
That's a foul right there. on Schoenberger, who basically grabbed his man and then stepped away like, I didn't do it, I didn't mean to do it.
And that's free throws.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would foul with 5 seconds left. It looked like the Eagles were totally out of sync offensively.
Holt takes the lead. A big mistake by Schoenberger gives Crawford the edge. Holt the second, swish. 3 seconds left, no timeout from Upper. Heilman the other way for three, it's off the glass. And Crawford is gifted their first N-10 win of the season.
44-42.
Upper Sandusky, a lapse in the final seconds. Schoenberger fouls when they didn't have fouls to give. Holt accordingly knocks down the free throws, and Crawford goes to 1-1 on the year.
Well, and they struggled early at the free throw line, but the Eagles came through at the end. 9 out of 14 for the ball game at the charity stripe. And for the Rams, they got hot, hitting 5 free throws in a row as a team, and then they only made one of their last 3, and that kind of foiled them. So great ball game, both teams all around, but I'm sure when they get to the locker room, both coaches are going to shake their head and think, boy, that was a very, very cold shooting night for both teams.
44-42, Colonel Crawford wins it. They go to 1-1. They send the Rams also to 1-1. We'll take a break, come back with our MVP on the OH Report.
First Federal Community Bank is excited to offer the Ohio Home Buyers Plus program, and it's meant to offer an above market interest rate to help the potential home buyer in their journey towards home ownership.
We've got great rates, especially for first-time home buyers. Here at First Federal Community Bank, we are here to make the home buying experience smooth and stress-free.
As a community bank, we're excited to offer this account to help fulfill the dream of owning a home. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
And time for your OH Report pregame show, or your postgame show, brought to you by Burkhart Farm Center. So Jonathan Langdon here alongside Lynn Passett, and this was quite the game, quite the finish, an interesting finish at least, in a final score of 44-42. So Colonel Crawford gets their first win of the season, and it comes in N-10 play, and that will be something that we'll look back on at the end of the season. And this is a game where if you don't commit that foul in the final seconds, N-10 title could go a different way. It's just that tight of a conference.
Well, you got to protect your home floor, first of all, and the Rams did not do that tonight, blowing an 8-point lead in the last 2 minutes of this ball game, and they were their own worst enemy with turnover after turnover and fouls that either turned the ball over or stopped the clock, and then they missed free throws. So they certainly didn't do themselves any favors in the last 2 minutes of this ball game. But give Colonel Crawford kudos, because they did exactly what they needed to do. They worked the ball inside and took advantage of the height advantage and took advantage of the fact that Iles had 4 fouls, and they fouled him out. And it was a big night for exactly who we thought would have a big night, Payne DeGray. He finishes with 11 points. He only had 2 at halftime. So the second half, he got featured a lot more, and he was able to play a lot more because he sat with those 2 early fouls in that first half. But Crawford hitting free throws down the end. They were 9 out of 14 at the free throw line. Upper only got to the charity stripe 11 times, making just 6. So they're shooting from the floor, not good. Shooting from the free throw line, not good. It was a hard-fought game by both teams, but it really kind of felt like an early season matchup because both teams are kind of in football mode. Both teams are still trying to get their feet under them.
Yeah, especially Colonel Crawford, even though they escaped with the win. And I think the big thing, I don't think it's crazy to say, is Payne DeGray staying in this game and not fouling out. That likely decides your game right there, because the impact he had towards the end was substantial. Yeah,
we saw in the first half and even made note of it. When he was out of the ball game, Colonel Crawford just looked lost offensively, like, who do we turn to? And then when he's back in the ball game, 1, he's getting rebounds, 2, he's blocking shots, 3, he's an offensive force that the other team has to deal with. But when you're on the bench, it just leaves everybody looking around like, okay, who's going to step up and take over? And no one really knew how to do that. Holt tried a couple of times, but he wasn't shooting well all night long. So it really put a lot of emphasis on getting the ball inside when DeGray did get back into the ball game.
Both teams have to shake this one off, win or lose, obviously, and because they got big weekends. And Colonel Crawford might have the bigger one compared to Upper Sandusky. They take on Old Fort tomorrow. Really good program there. And they're fresh off a 21-6 season, and then Upper Sandusky, their next game.
Tiffin Columbian.
Yeah, Tiffin Columbian will be their next game. So those 2 teams, good programs. Of course, 2 good programs here, but great programs as well that they're going to be taking on tomorrow.
Well, and for Colonel Crawford, you want to get some momentum going early in the season. You already came out with a loss to open the season, so now you can't afford to go 1-1 this weekend. You need to go 2-1 and get yourselves moving in the right direction. Now for Upper, you started with a big win over Willard. Now you fall to a league rival tonight. Tomorrow night is a non-league ball game, but you don't want to lose 2 in a row. So both teams kind of have a lot on the line tonight. I see about 5 Old Fort players walking through the gym right now. I think they were here to see what we're going to be up against tomorrow night. So it's early season basketball. A lot of times teams that did make it into the playoffs in football, it takes maybe 4, 5, 6 games to kind of get your basketball shoes on and feel like you're playing more athletic.
So Colonel Crawford taking on the Stockaders. That's probably one of my favorite team names in the area. So Stockaders, Old Fort, just a really formidable opponent for Colonel Crawford, and then Upper Sandusky taking on Tiffin Columbian tomorrow. Still waiting on Colonel Crawford to get out the locker room. Of course, probably a long talk going on after such a close game. And as I say that, they'll come out. So going to take a quick break. We'll come back with our MVP, Payne DeGray, on the OH Report.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
Credit Union MVP, and we've got Payne DeGray up here. Congratulations, Payne, on the win today. So, struggle against Crestview out of the gates, able to get back, and in an N-10 game, take this one over Upper Sandusky in a close one. Just how does it feel to take this and kind of build on it, going for an N-10 title later in the year?
I mean, this gives us momentum forward, but honestly, it was pretty sloppy out there tonight. We have a lot of stuff to fix through practices and all that. Tomorrow, we obviously have Old Fort, so can't practice yet, but we just gotta get better in practice and fix our mistakes from tonight.
Yeah, and then for you struggled a little bit there at the beginning, and it was more so not necessarily offensively to start, but they were able to get some fouls racked up on you. So you sat the entire second quarter, come back in the third. What was your mindset coming in and trying to make an impact on the game?
Well, that was my fault completely. I take full responsibility for that, but I mean, we had some big step-ups at the end. Artie stepped up, hit a couple threes. We had KB, PJ getting a big foul down there to put us out there to cut it down to a 1-point deficit. But yeah, we just take it one possession at a time, one by one.
All right, well, congrats on the win, able to sneak away and get past Upper Sandusky in a road game as well. You've started with these last two games on the road. How does it feel to kind of split that going into the season against two solid opponents?
Well, the horses prepare us for battle, but all victory comes through the Lord, you know.
Gotcha. So congrats on the win. And one question for you, and look in the camera for this. Give any shout outs you want to give anybody watching.
I'd like to shout out Braxton Baker and Jameis Winston for that quote right there, and my family and my team.
All right, congrats. Good job.
Trust our experienced team for seamless program management. Wide garment selections for various industries. Kimmel Corporation offers top quality products and services at the best value. Rent or buy with confidence. Kimmel Corporation is the company for you.
That'll do it for us here from the mountaintop. Thank you for joining us, Jonathan Langdon, alongside Lynn Passett, and also our camera operator, Keaton Cooper. Final sponsors are going to roll through your screen one final time. Thank you to everyone bringing us here to the mountaintop. Tough loss for the Upper Sandusky Rams, but Colonel Crawford able to even up their season at 1-1. Same thing for Upper with the loss. N-10's going to get real tight later on in the season, and this was a solid start to what should be a dramatic conference title race. We'll see you next time on the OH Report.